Hey guys, how you doing? I'm going to talk about a kind of a serious subject. We're talking about deer season's coming up. Um, talking about deer stand safety, and I'm talking from experience. In 2005, I was in a pretty serious accident. We'd actually been at the end of season, and I was helping a friend take his deer stand down. I actually wasn't hunting in a stand that year, but I was up on the platform and the ladder. I'm any of you that are familiar with deer stand ladders and deer stand constructions, the ladders come in, sections with so many rungs, and I call it the H-style ladder. And the top and the bottom have 8 to 10 inch side rungs, about an inch by an inch. But I was up on the platform, and I noticed that the ladder had came loose from the platform. Well, I knelt down, tried to pull it together, when the straps broke, and I fell face first onto the side of the post. Um, I was impaled 15 feet in the air. I had to pull myself up off from that and drop to the ground. I looked over at my buddy and I said, "Hey, am I going to die?" And he says, "No, but you're effed up." So, I'd had some first responder classes. I took my jacket off first thing. I was bleeding like crazy, and I held it against my face, and I said, "Get me up to the farmhouse," and I'm saying, "Is there a hospital, something?" We were out in the middle of nowhere. There really wasn't anything, and we get up to the farmhouse, and everybody's freaking out. I'm laying on the ground, and the lady at the farmhouse is saying, "He's been shot, he's been shot." And I said, "I haven't been shot," but I'm asking about hospitals and other things, and they're all, kind of, you know, beside themselves, and I started yelling, "Call the sheriff." Well, they called the sheriff, and he got out there, and luckily he had enough thought to call an ambulance. Sheriff got there, and he's trying to find out what's going on. I looked up at him and said, "Hey, I can tell you." The lady's still saying I was shot, and sheriff looked down at me and he said, "You can talk?" That kind of hit me at that point. Wow. But I explained to him what happened, and later when I talked to him, he said, "You was the only one with a clear head." And I said, "I had to be." He said, "Well, you saved your own life because nobody else could tell me what happened." But anyway, the ambulance got there, and never want to go down a backcountry road with a new ambulance driver with bad injuries. Let me tell you that right up. And anyway, they got me to a little airfield and airlifted me over to the town I live in, hospital. And believe it or not, they had me for an hour there and threw their hands up. I'm like, "Oh, we don't know what to do." So then they airlifted me over to KU Med, which is more of a trauma center, and great hospital there. But KU Med had me for few days, and busted up pretty badly here, and I didn't realize at that time this was, like I said, all busted loose, and I ended up with 3 steel plates and 18 screws in my face. I still have some numbness here, not a lot. It still feels kind of weird. I don't know if some of you may notice when I talk, it's just this side kind of droops a little bit because I don't quite have all the muscle use on that side. So I'm speaking from experience here that you want to make sure them ladders are safe. You want to make sure them stands are safe. You want to make sure your straps are, haven't been what's the word I'm looking, weather rotted. You want to make sure, yes, animals will get up and chew on them. You want to make sure no squirrels has chewed on them. You want to make sure somebody else hasn't tampered with them. That can happen. Loosen them, cut them. Like I said, on your ladders, you want to make sure that they have some kind of a mounting system where they don't come apart. And if it's an older ladder and it doesn't have that, for your own safety, it may be worth getting a new one just for that reason. I'd hate to see something happen. But anyway, back to what I was, they had me in the hospital, like I said. It was pretty bad. They said if the post would have went any direction, a quarter inch deeper in, deeper, either way, I would not be here today. And like I said, I had 3 steel plates and 18 screws put in my face. Like I said, I didn't realize how bad it was busted up and everything. I was cut up pretty badly here. It tore all this up down here. I lost a lot of the spit glands in my face. My nerves were really messed up. I'd eat something hot and I would feel it up here. It was weird for quite a while. I was wearing an eye patch for quite a while. They thought I would lose my eye. When I got into the doctor 6 months later, the doctor said, I don't know any other word but miracle. He said, I expected to be taking your eye out. But, sorry. Anyway, during that time I also had a tube coming out of my head. I guess my face was really swollen pretty badly, and I had to empty that out every couple hours because it was pulling fluids off, you know, to help keep, take the swelling down off my face. And so I had this tube coming out of my head and everything, like I said, and it was pretty bad. I'm going to show you some pictures. They're kind of graphic. They're after the accident, so they're not, the horrific, but hopefully it will get you to thinking a little bit. Think about your safety. Think about what could happen. I don't want to scare anybody, but at the same time, I want you to, think about that stand. Think about how it's anchored, the straps. Think about your safety, and if you want to go hunting, you want to have a good time, you want to go get that big buck, but your family also wants you to come home when it's all over. Thanks for watching, guys. Be safe.